ever painting with that stuff ever again. That stuff messed me up. I literally had to air my house out. Whew. Mind you, the guy who used this stuff originally painted 120-inch screens with this stuff. How? How in the world? Wow, this stuff is freaking potent. I got it down there. I need to find my hoodie. Okay. Ooh. Man, I'm never working with that stuff again. Never ever. That was the worst. I can't smell it no more off the screen. I'm painting this stuff on? Oh. Nope. Never ever using that ever again. We used Martha Stewart, so we never had that problem. Wow. And I can't believe that fellow painted 120-inch of that. And the thing about it is, too, I noticed, I don't know how to get Martha Stewart. I mean, that stuff is virtually impossible to find. I mean, they don't make it anymore. Martha Stewart doesn't make it anymore. You might be able to find it on Etsy. That's based about it, but that's what we use in our product. We made the Digital1crystal screen paint. I thought this would pretty much would work well, but man, this stuff was so freaking strong coming out, man. It put me down. So that's why I had to get off camera, went upstairs, got on my breathing machine, started playing my Christian music. This stuff shuts me down, allows me to sit down and relax, and my heart rate started jumping a little bit. That stuff, no, never again. I advise you not to go near it. It's good if you're using it for what it's intended to be used for, but to paint this stuff is used for detail, but to paint this stuff on a giant screen, oh no, no, no. I do it at your own risk. I'm not responsible for that. But yeah, I had to shut down for a bit. Good gracious, man, that's bad. But anyway, that's why I got to be really careful about when I make my products and stuff. And like I said, all my stuff comes from my Lord. He teaches me how to make everything that I make here. Everything he gives me to design, he knows it's going to work well with me, and it has to because my body's really sensitive to smells. Like cigarette smell triggers me off. Freaking cologne, all that stuff freaking triggers me off. So even aerosol sprays, I have to be careful what I use in the house. When I clean the house down, I use vinegar and water and stuff like that. Everything has to be it can't have any chemicals or anything to it. Even bug spray freaking would trigger me off where I can't breathe. I even had to dismantle my barbecue grill and get rid of it because I can't barbecue outside. The smoke bothers me. So it's a lot of stuff I can't be around. So that's why I have to make sure when I make my product that it's not something that's going to bother me because I'm making a lot of this stuff, and I have to make sure that this stuff doesn't disrupt my health or anything or put my life in danger. So very careful about what I buy and what I use because I have to work with it. That stuff right there, oh my goodness, that stuff is the worst. Whew. That put me out for a bit. Yeah, that was not a fun experience right there at all. But Martha Stewart, like I said, you can't. That's what we were using at the time. I was trying to explain before I was having the problems that Home Depot used to carry Martha Stewart Metallica products. I forgot they had a name to it, and that's what we were using. I never heard of Modern Master, and I never heard of PPJ at that particular time because they didn't carry their brand. And one of the problems that the Modern Master does, it basically hotspots like crazy. And that's why you may see a little glare up there in the center of the screen because that's from the Modern Master. Now, mind you, this stuff is diluted with primer. Imagine painting this stuff on the wall without anything diluting the, oh, I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine that the screen would hotspot like nuts. And that's why the guy who basically suggested that for other people, without doing testing first, without doing any form of testing at all, suggested this to people to do, and they were complaining that the screen was hotspotting. But you don't do the test. Now it should be fully dry right now. I don't smell anything from it, which is good because, you know, it's an old screen. I'm not worrying about rain and getting on top of it. I'll put a cloth over top of it. I mean, tarp. I'm getting some tea right now because I'm still messed up. But I was going to stick it outside on the side of the house because I didn't want it in the house at all. So I have my hoodie on right now because I'm cold because I literally had to open up all the windows in the house to air the house out. I'll run my air cleaners down here today. Finish it off. So bottom line is that's how the Digital One Crystal screen paint was made. It was half primer. We used primer or we used bare silver screen that we used. And the other half was any kind of metallic paint, and it was Martha Stewart. That's what we used. We used a light gray. We would put that in there, and then we'd put in some gold glitter, and that's it. That's how it was designed. And this was back in 2012 or 2011. I can find my first video demonstration. My first video demonstration, my very first one, I have it on YouTube. I'm going to load it up on here. The last videos that I did post, I posted a bunch of links down there. So, hey, look, educate yourself. You know what I mean? Before you judge my product, before you judge what I do, go check out my links. Those are all my test links right there at the bottom. Go check them out. All my tests on this technology we had under ultralight gray. You will see the screen paint going against Certify screens. You will see the distance throw. You will see the ambient light test. All the stuff that we put our screens through. Oh, never, ever again am I ever going near that stuff. Take that stuff and throw it right in the trash. Color blue. Now remember, we was getting that glare right there in that center. The screen was still wet. Oh, we can go right through here. What am I doing?
Once upon a time.
And make sure, I wish I could have pizza, can't have cheese. Here's the personal mix. And you see how beat up the surface is because, like I said, we've had that surface for a very long time. For a very, very long time. It all reacts the same way. Even the stuff we used to make reacts the same way. You know, compared to what we have now, you know what I mean? Through time, you learn how to harness and make your craft even better. You learn to upgrade it, advance it. And the stuff we used to make 12 years ago, that stuff, we don't make it anymore. That's why I can show you the ingredients on how to make it, because we don't design it anymore, because it doesn't have the ability to produce that proper color and contrast level. Not from what I saw off that sample sheet that day. Not what I saw off that sample sheet. That changed a lot of things for me when I saw that screen. I was more curious when first time when I was developed. My friend Jim was the one. He's a tech junkie, and he was the one that was going out and he would get all this information and bring it back to us. And he told us about a screen called Screen Innovation. I heard about it. They're really big. And he said, well, they got this black screen, and this black screen pulls up color and everything. I'm like, black? Wait, the screen's black? He says, yeah, because mine, I was doing all light gray screen paint. So a black screen? Are you kidding me? And wait, this thing can see color and white levels and all that? Like a gray screen? He said, yeah, it can. This thing's incredible. So, you know, a couple of days went by and, you know, I was looking at all the research on this technology. I remember seeing the guy come out and he would take the sample sheet and he would move it back and forth across the screen on a white screen, and he would show an underwater ocean scene. And anywhere that sample sheet would hit, you would see that blue ocean pop up anywhere on that screen. I thought, wow, that's amazing. I would love to get my hands on a sample sheet, but my friend June was way ahead of me. He ordered it. Ordered the sample sheet. And he said, hey, I got something for you. This is a piece of black diamond. So when I got in the house, I realized that the screen wasn't black. It was gray, like a very dark gray, which is gunmetal. So as I started moving it back and forth on my screen, that thing pulled up images I never even think was even possible. It was gorgeous. That's when I started thinking, you know what? I'm in the wrong direction. I need to start developing products that are darker. And that's where the D5K came in. And that's where our first demonstrations under Digital 4K Crystal Onyx came in for darker products around 2015. And right around that time is when I was having the conflict back and forth with the 10-year contract overseas under Digital1crystal screen paint. And that's where we figured out how to opt out, because already I was working on something new. I'm going to opt out of this contract. These people are trying to steal my business, and we'll make a black technology. And we made the D5K first. The D5K, which is a dark gray. And we'll use the beta testers, which is zone 708. If you go back and look at zone 708, you'll see him displaying the darker technologies, which we used those guys to beta test against our own technology to put that down, so we can basically discredit the value of that product, actually releasing us not only from the contract, but allowing them not to make any money off our products, because now we had newer technology. And by changing the company's name over to Digital 4K Crystal Onyx, I was able to develop a new company, develop new products, and be able to obsolete my own company, which means I could work on the new stuff, and no one wanted to buy the old stuff anymore. They wanted the newer stuff, and they tried to take us to court and sue us over that by saying, hey, look, we have rights to everything he makes. And the judge was like, no, you don't. You only have rights to under Digital1crystal screen paint, because that's what your contract is under. Under this company, you don't have the right. And because of the beta testers doing so much testing against the new stuff versus the old stuff, people lost interest in it, and that was the end of that contract. It diminished. It was gone. We were out of it. So this is where Digital 4K Crystal Onyx came in. And we started developing darker technologies, which is under the D5K. Right around that time is where I got the sample sheet from June, and I saw how amazing the Screen Innovation screen looked. And what I wanted to do was either design something either close to it or better than it. So the D5K came out. We started doing the demonstrations on the wall with the black diamond. We were able to match the screen. But there was a flaw somewhere in Screen Innovation's technology. Their angle gain was off, which means if I were to turn to the side, the screen started to turn dark. That's when I started realizing that screens that had that reflective material automatically turn dark, and they have something called the narrow viewing cone effect, which our screens didn't. Now, in the link below, when you click on that, you will see the email letter that we got from Screen Innovation that contacted me around 9 o'clock in the morning, asking me if they could talk, because they said that my screen technology had great possibility, which is interesting. This is coming from a company, not a guy sitting in an apartment trying to make judgment on people's property. This is a corporation that contacted us. And you can click on that link and you could read through that yourself. You can also read through the little documents that we got sent to us telling us to stay away from their technology because there were some things that went wrong. We needed an NDA before we go down to Dallas, Texas to bring a product down, and an NDA was not going to be given to us. And we thought because of that, we didn't trust them, and this is where problems came in back and forth. And long story short, to keep us from doing any more videos against their products, side-by-side fair demonstrations, they sicked attorney on us. Now, as for the other individual, well, we didn't mix anything, or we didn't taint their screen or spray something on their screen or whatever. We didn't call them scammers. We didn't call them this, that, and the other. We didn't call their product trash. I was quite fascinated by the screen, and that's what led me in that direction to develop that kind of technology. So you see the difference there. Over them, it was different because of the fact that they were threatened by us, and they felt the need to bring an attorney to shut us up and get rid of us. That's the difference between that one. So anyway, if you look at the email under the letter that was sent to us, because when the guy called me, I hung the phone up. I thought that was my buddy June playing jokes on me. It was actually the real fellow from over at Screen Innovation. I said, send me an email with a watermark. And there we are. That's where we got the email with the watermark. And it, right at the bottom, if you look at the email, it says Digital 4K Crystal Onyx, which is right around the time we started developing darker technology. There you go. See, I got a story behind my technology. And everything backs up and adds up. So that's how all that came into play. Yet you're going to have somebody in a tiny little apartment who's going to sit there and tell you that dark screens aren't the way to go, but yet Screen Innovation basically feels they are the way to go. And so is Elite Screens and Daylight Screens, and all of them are developing darker screens. Even Optima has a dark screen. So who's right? The guy in the apartment with the light gray screen paint that can't turn his lights on because the contrast will wash out, or huge corporations that have been doing this for many, many years? Okay then, there you go. And I was able to come on here and show you my Digital1crystal screen paint right against this product. TCL 4K demonstrations. Voila. You want to see something interesting? My product's better. It's close, but it's better. See? Yeah. This screen paint that we made here versus our technology? No. There is no way in the world it's going to pass anything we got over here. Everything we have over here would crush that screen. It's old technology, I told you. We made it back in 2012. It's old technology. We don't make it anymore. There's no value to it whatsoever. It's old. Don't make it no more. We don't deal with it. to paint a sample sheet. Unfortunately, I got to do this crap again. But I got to paint a sample sheet of this so we can use this to put against all the screens we have in the house. Because then you have some people saying, well, why buy your product when I can make this free stuff right here? Yeah, we're going to show you why we got rid of it and why we don't make it anymore. Why would I show you how to make something for free when it was going to disrupt my money?
Especially when you're in a busy area and there's traffic behind you.
Oh, gee, snowboarding demonstration. Now, as I told you before, that they use black paint as a way as adjusting the tone. If I wanted to make this product darker, all I would have to do is add in some black paint, which you didn't notice I didn't add any black paint in at all. All I used was gray, metallic silver, and some gold glitter. That's it. But if I wanted to control the tone of it, I would just drop in a couple of teaspoons of black paint into it to control the tone. Much like they do with gray screen paint mixes. They drop teaspoons of paint black paint into it to control the tone. At the end of the day, it all does the same thing. That's why there's no test behind it. Now, when I did Digital1crystal screen paint, did I do the test that I have now? Oh, heck no. No. You won't see any of those tests being done. No. No. Tests that were done on my product was pretty much doing it in a well-lit environment with a projector. Because at that time, everybody was doing demonstrations in the dark. But doing 22 feet back and all that other stuff, nah, none of that stuff was done. Outside, nah. Don't dare take this up outside. I knew we weren't going to be able to produce an image outside. I was going to have problems. Even I knew that. Stuff we have now, far more advanced. We can do a lot more stuff with this stuff. Phillips, 4K demonstration. Told you, I can make this product with my eyes closed. Easy. I didn't have to, I just brought up three things, put it together, and was done. Just to make this stuff. That's how we know. Everything you have right now that you're making, I already made it already. I did this in the early stages of me making screen painting. That's why I sit there and tell you that we don't get any form of we don't get any credibility when we test against this product because we've done this stuff already before. Now, on the other hand, when it comes to certified screens, it's a different story. You know what I mean? That's a whole new different form of technology that I don't even know how to make. Only thing I can do is just try to challenge it. That's it. But this stuff, we used to make this stuff, man. I had Digital1crystal screen 2.0, 3.0. I had all those. And we had Zone 708 and Superman. And you go check those demonstrations. I'll put a whole bunch of links at the bottom for you. They were doing all the beta testing for us. Had this stuff way before Crow even thought of it. As a matter of fact, what a lot of people don't know is Crow contacted us. A long time ago, he contacted us when he saw my demonstration. He was trying to ask me what was in my product. He wanted to know how it was made. He wanted me to share information with him. And he got mad because we wouldn't do it. That's how we met Crow. Through all that nonsense, and now it's going to end up with you losing everything for doing something stupid. Oh, by the way, I got to call them today. It's Monday morning to see if they're getting ready to send that information out. That's how it ends for you. All right, while this is playing, I got to get another one to play. I'm going to go downstairs and paint the one on the sample screen. That's what we're going to use to test against our screens up here. Oh, this is going to be a slaughterhouse. It's my own stuff, and it's going to be a slaughterhouse. That's the reason why I gave you the ingredients for free, and I'm going to show you why it's crap, why I gave it to you for free. Let's pop over to this one right here. So you can make a screen paint online, use it to match somebody else's product, and then take the same screen paint and watch my own technology crush it. And you'll see that today. Why we don't make this junk anymore. This is what's left of it. This is going in the trash because I don't want to be around it. Like I said, if we had the Martha Stewart over here, that'd have been nice, but we don't. We gotta use this stuff instead. And this stuff is horrible. That's going in the trash. Along with this. Chocolate, whatever stuff is going in the trash too. I'm not touching this stuff anymore. So yeah, I can make your product. I can look at your Cinemax and I can make it over here with no problem. Like I said, we used to make this stuff already. We made tons of it. I wouldn't be surprised if he copied down the, we don't care. Copy the grade sign, use it for yourself. As a matter of fact, you're welcome to use it for yourself if you want to. We don't care about this stuff. Ugh. You can't pass none of our tests. You can have it. Just everyday gold hobby glitter. That's it. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, like I said, that we used Martha Stewart's. That's what we used. I mean, Martha Stewart, if you look it up, made a Metallica paint they used to sell at Home Depot. We used that. The Modern Master, on the other hand, that stuff has some issues. Number one, that stuff will kill you. Almost killed me today using that stuff. Number two, it does hotspot. It hotspots like crazy. Now, mind you, like I said, the fellow who was basically advising customers to paint their screens with this stuff, he got a lot of complaints from people that were upset because they said the screen hotspot. This stuff is diluted. We're at half primer, and it shows signs of hotspotting right in this area, right in here. Now imagine you painting this stuff on your wall, and you have nothing diluting it. It's just straight Modern Master on your wall. Do you have any idea what that's going to look like if you hit that with a projector? Oh my God. And you can watch it right here from time to time. When we hit a white level, it'll hotspot. And this is diluted with gray primer, and it's still pushing through and hotspotting. But we had to use that because that's the only thing I have here. Because I had to use that for a demonstration, like I said, because the fellow mentioned my name and said, hey, look, why buy his product? You can use this stuff, it'll cost you 50 bucks. Nah, that stuff is horrible. Diluted that stuff with half and half, and it still pushes through. But either way, all you have to do is this. If you wanted to make this product, all you do is just find something that's just not going to hotspot like that. Now, by me showing you this, am I threatened by this? Oh, heck no. Goodness gracious. We got the sample sheet we're painting downstairs. We're going to blow this thing clean out of the water. Then I'll show you why dark gray screens are more superior. All right, I'm gonna let this play. You guys enjoy this for a minute. I gotta go wrap up orders in the next room, gunmetals, and then I gotta go outside. I gotta go feed my squirrels. And before he gets all antsy, and he's going to get antsy, he's going to get upset, probably choking on a bagel right now at his breakfast table. Let me explain something to you crystal clear so you can understand. This screen right here that's painted is not your formula. It's mine. It's something I developed in 2012. And I got a ton of video demonstrations and beta testers and companies that actually advertised our technology in that particular time talking about Digital1crystal screen paint before you even knew what screen paint was. That's how I knew how your stuff is designed, because I said I used to make this stuff already. So in some way, somehow, he's going to Groundhog Day this, and he's going to think, oh, no, 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 he made my product. He made my product. That's what he's going to be crying and whining about. Or should I have made it with just 2 tablespoons of black, and then we didn't put any black paintings at all when we made this, but should I have made it that way? Because that's your tutorial video that you deleted off your channel, which is now posted on our website. You can't get mad because you, like I said, you were the one basically selling primer. But no matter how you make this up, it's still going to come out the same way. Half and half. Half primer or bare silver screen, doesn't make a difference. You use bare silver screen, half primer. You can use zero gray paint, doesn't make a difference. Zero bullseye, I think that's what it's called. And the other half is some kind of Metallica. That's all you do. Metallica paint, whatever, throw it in there. Just don't use that freaking Modern Master unless you want to get jacked up. And go glitter if you want to make that product. That's all you need to do. I don't have to figure it out. I can look at your screen and tell how it's made. We used to make this stuff. We used to make it. Oh. That's why it's easy for us to make. And that's why it's going to react the same way if I throw in colors and contrast those. So I painted a sample sheet downstairs. It's drying in the basement, far away from up here. Once that's dry today, we'll put that against the magenta. We'll put that against the Nova. We'll put that against the Signature 17. We'll put that against the Black Novas. And let's see what happens. Let's see if this product right here that I made right here can basically match our screens in the house. Contrast, color, the whole nine. See if we can do it. Let's see if we can make our screen so dark that you can't see it. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He used to be a friend of mine. See, that's what I find interesting. People think that, oh, all they develop is black technology. I can develop great technology too, easily. Just like that, that fast, that quick. You watch me make it, right down on camera. See how fast it took me to make it? This is when I tell you that when we make our products, the exotics, in 20 minutes, you see how fast it took me to make that product? That's how fast information is processed through my head on making screen paints. When I tell you I make a product in 20 minutes, I can make a product in 20 minutes. And look at this right here. Match this product with no problem whatsoever. I think I did it less than 20 minutes. So if you just watch me make this, you saw the demonstration, took no time at all. No measurements, did it half and half, do that in, bam, done. I know so many different combinations to different making screen paints, it's not even funny. It's not even bragging. It just comes from time and experience, from learning how to do this. So if I tell you that the exotics were made in 20 minutes, and they were able to do what they did, yeah, they were made in 20 minutes. I could process a whole line of screen paints in no time at all. And I told you where my technology comes from. Our technology came from God. When I made this, the digital and crystal screen paint. Our gunmetal technology beat every gunmetal screen out there. The only screen we haven't had a chance to go against is XY and Black Diamond. Only two we haven't, but everybody else we beat. You're just a little too giddy, Mr. Bird. Just a little too giddy. Am I too giddy? What is giddy? All right, so this will run. I gotta go down and take care of my animals. See if we got something else we can play on here. Let's do something else on here. Oh, that's too short. Let's see how the contrast pulls. Oh, it doesn't. There you go. 4 teaspoons of black paint. Put that into Bear 1050. Put silver glitter into that, and maybe about a half a cup of metallic, any kind of Metallica paint. You know what that makes? It makes UV mix. Yep. I know all this stuff. I've been making this stuff for years. Think about it. If I've been around since 2011, 2012, considering how much screen paint that I developed in that time between here and now, how many combinations of screen paint do you think that I have floating around in my head right now? How many different versions of screen paint? I don't do all gray. We have gray, we have black, we have green, we have blue. We have all different colors, and they've been tested on all different levels. So I have all kinds of ingredients floating around in my head right now. Look at how fast the naysayers pop on that fast to try to get an ingredient from me. Anything that I give you is worthless. Our stuff here could blow it out of the water with no problem. The only thing I would use that stuff for is primer, and that's it. Oh, the horror. The horror. Now let me get that Cinemax over here. I guarantee I got something that I know that'll match that one perfectly. I can mimic that one and change the direction with no problem. Yeah, I can make that product. I can make that product by looking at it. I already know automatically the first base that I need to basically make that product would be lazy gray. Yep. I guarantee you it's gray and white paint. There's no black in it at all. It's too light. So it has to be something that won't conflict and make it too dark. To add black into it would darken the product. So it has to be white paint that was added to it. More white paint in order to get it to give it that light color. Yeah, I know already, just by looking at it. Just like when I told you we're designing the gunmetal screen and all those black gunmetal sample sheets I had, what did I say on camera? We're designing something that can outperform a gunmetal screen. And there it is sitting in the window. We've done the test. I can post them at the bottom. We beat every gunmetal screen we have in our collection. We have 18 of them. The only two we haven't been able to go against is XY and Screen Innovation. I can tell by looking at their products. I can see all their flaws and everything. I know exactly how to design my technology around it. That's why I show the white levels first. That's information that's being fed back to me to let me know exactly how we can actually advance past the screen. I don't know how your stuff is made. Now, the reason why I haven't said anything about it, because like I said, I tried to be respectful even when you're a disrespectful human being. I tried to be respectful, but you crossed the line. So now we're going to sue you. I'm not holding back on anything. Now I'm going to come at you full force. I was nice, not nice anymore now. You want to mess with my company, you want to tamper with my copyrights, you want to post my address. Now things are going to get nasty for you. One day, I got to call the police district that I filed the report against you, and I have to go down there and press charges. Because you are coming to Philadelphia, and you will see my face. But until then, I'm going to test your product and review it on every level you could possibly think of. All the test demonstrations that you have skipped, all the things you hid from your customers, all the lies that you told, I'm going to expose every last one of them. And I'm going to make my screen paint products to blend into yours. Special ones we're going to make aside, just like I made right here. And you can sit there and say, oh, it's not my product. Then show me some tests that shows it's not your product. Oh, wait, you don't have any tests. You don't do tests. You cut corners. That's why. You can go ahead and make my product. I don't care. Like I said, at the end of the day, you're still being sued, so I really don't give a darn. But like I said, if you're going to make our product, then you have to do all the tests under our technology. And you can't do that with your screen next to it, which you can't do. Gunmetals can show a star field in the middle of all that light. You can't take your screen up there and show a star field in the window like that. Your screen would wash out. So you can't do that demonstration. What about a color pattern test on a low lumen projector at 22 feet back? Can't do that because your screen's not going to pick up correctly. So you can't do that test either. What about outside at 13 feet on 1,000 lumens? Show a star field demonstration. Oh, well, I forgot. You can't do that. See? Now, your demonstrations are easy. High power projector in a poorly lit environment. Yeah, that's easy. I can do that all day. Doing it right now. Well, now we got the lights on. Sorry. Let's get something else. Let's see what else we got here.
Discover La Roche-Posay Anterior's fluid lightweight sunscreen by La Roche-Posay.
And he does a demonstration on the Sony VPL CS4 projector. He does that in the dark. And then he picks all these pretty colors again. There we go. I was going to take the Wi-Fi off, but I'm going to leave it on. And you're doing that in the dark? Are you kidding me? That's why you don't want... See, that's what I find interesting about this fellow. I can review anybody else's product. I can go on eBay and review anybody's product. I can go over to Home Depot, go over whatchamacallit, buy their products and review their products. This is the one individual you can't review his products. Yeah, that seems like a person with something to hide. So you got two options here. You can buy primer for 15 bucks and pretty much mimic the same thing as the Metallica Mix 2.0 because they match perfectly. Or you can basically make this stuff that we made and you could basically use that and make that as your personal mix right there. And does this threaten our product? No, his product doesn't even threaten our product. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, let's do this one right here. Look at that. Is that white level higher than yours? I think it is. Boom. Took the black screen with Black Nova here and here, blend it right into your screen with no problem. And the primer at the same time. JK, 4K demonstrations. We got to get some skin tones too. Let's do, let me see, we did the whatchamacallit, we did that one. Oh, let's do this one right here.
At Fresh Direct, get the freshest groceries, so that you fresh.
Let me explain to you how the real world works, my friend. Anytime a company is testing or trying to mimic another company's technology, the first thing they're going to ask for is the test results. First thing they're going to ask for. Well, where's the test results? So we have their product. We can make their product. Okay, that's good and all. But where are the test results? We need to see if this screen or whatever product they're going to have is going to react the exact same way that their test results react. Because they can go into court and say, oh, no, that's not our product. These are our test results right here. These are our numbers. These are our calculations. And this is theirs. That's why you have to have those test results. You don't have any test results. Like I said, see big boy gunmetal in the middle of that screen right there? That big boy over there? Here. Screen right there can pour a star field right now. And right there, it's all that light hitting it. So in order for you, and that's one of the test contrast demonstrations we do them in full lit environments, that screen has to pull that star field right there because it already did it at 1,000 lumens at 22 feet back. So it's going to have to pull that off. So in order for you to say that you've mimicked the gunmetal, or even have technology that comes close to gunmetal, you would have to repeat the same demonstration that that screen did, which means you would have to take your product, stick it right down the middle of that screen, and you would have to basically do a star field demonstration to see if your contrast levels comes up as dark as the gunmetal. But you can't do that because your screen can't see contrast. Which means you can't follow another test because your screen won't be able to follow behind it. These are your tests. Dark environment, bunch of pretty colors. That's it, in the dark. And the last few demonstrations you have done, every last one of those demonstrations, especially one with the TV. Come on, man. Really? The TV, you had a TV up there, you were in the dark, and the camera was so close up on. Are you kidding me? I'll show you how that's done. We're going to stick a TV right there, and we're going to see if that TV will match the contrast levels on your screen. Oh, and I forgot to put that link in. I got a link I got to put. I'm going to put it in big, bold caption. 12 technology, black technology versus a TV in white levels. We did that already. And we were able to match the TV. Fully lit environment with the projector pushed back. Let me show them. I swear. People just half it, man. Half it. And we're going to call you Captain. We're going to call you Captain Corner Cutter. I like that better. Captain Corner Cutter. Because, man, you cut corners like there is no tomorrow. Well, now I have your product. I don't have to buy that either. Captain Corner Cutter. Look at that. My white levels come up higher. Surprise. Sony 4K demonstration.
I don't see a calendar set up.
Ha ha! Sony 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Yeah, where do you come off with that one? I don't see a calendar set up. I didn't ask for a calendar set up, but that's good to know that I can set one up on here. All right, we're going to play this one right here.
Grammarly is your personal writing assistant.
Now this will give you time to watch and observe the video while I pack up the orders in the next room and feed my animals out back. And you guys can see from there. If you're interested in how the product was made that I have here on the larger screen, you might have to go back to the other video, but I will post it here once this video is done. I will post it how it's made. It's very easy, very simple. Like I said, it's our old technology we used to make back in 2011. If you're interested in seeing some of those demonstrations, I will post some of my old demonstrations so you can see them, and also to the beta testers that were doing the test under that product. That's why I said this guy, is something wrong with him. And you can call me a scammer. I've been around since 2012. with beta testers under my belt, companies under my belt, people displaying my product. And then you pop up on the scene because you get upset because you want secrets to our technology and we won't give it to you. And this is where you start this campaign because you get upset. And you got the wrong one. Now how did it all turn out for you? At any given time, I could have mimicked your technology at any given time I wanted to. At any given time. Because we made it already. It's like when you gave me those dumb challenges. We want you to do this, we want you to do that. Please, we do tests. Bet you won't do that again when you try to reverse the black screen over to show. Oh yeah, that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. As a matter of fact, we're going to do some more demonstrations on that one too. Look at that. All right, now that we get this done, I got things to do. Oh, you guys can watch that. Enjoy. Having a heat wave, not a heat wave. All right, we got on here 4 gallons of gunmetal. good. Well, that tastes like that. That's disgusting. That's really disgusting. Reline the in time. No, don't go with your arm. Anything? Anything. Ugh. Yeah, I got one in there. Got one upstairs then. Before I go in here and feed my little squirrelies real quick, this is what we're going to do. Since you want to challenge my darker products, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to challenge your products now against my Prime Vision 3.0, which AKA is Digital1crystal screen paint. So that's what the challenge is now. Your screen paint versus mine, my gray screen paint. Now, it's not to have my screen outperform you, it's to have my screen blend into your screen and make it mine. That's what we're doing now. So we're going to put an order in probably next week. I contact somebody over in California. They'll sort of take care of it. So they're going to basically place an order for the Cinemax. We'll have that come over here and we'll put that against, let's see, we got a screen paint that we can make. That's going to be white paint, gray paint, a little silver in there, and maybe some silver powder. And we'll call that 2.0 Vision, whatever, light metallic or whatever. But you want to go on and on about your gray screen paints being better than anybody else. So now I'm going to go back and start developing some of the old technology we used to make under our Digital One Crystal Screen Paint Company. And there's about 40 of those that were made. Now see how close a paint that I made 12 years ago comes close to basically matching your screen. And of course, we'll make the ingredients live so everybody can see it. Mind you, we don't make this stuff anymore. And then we'll paint it on a sample sheet and we'll watch my other screens crush it. And if you yell and scream about how we made your product, then you just told everybody how your product is made. How would I even know? I'm just making something that I made 12 years ago. 2012, yeah, 2012, yeah, 2012. I'm just making my old stuff. The Prime Vision 3.0. Yeah. Prime Vision 3.0. You go outside, me. Oh, you're inside. That's your outside. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? always from Sunday. Grab this. And this. There we go. Oh, that's good. That was nice. I think it's jacked up. Oh, let's go out and help. Two over there. Start working on that. Primer here. Primer 2.0. 3.0. 3.0. And while we're at it, we'll put the, we got the new Elitis technology. That is going to be tested today. We got some of that painted, so we'll put this against the Elitis too. I forgot about that. We have that one, which we're going to be displaying today outside for its final test. And those orders are done. Let me go check the table. Go make sure we're in the table. Now, just so we don't get things mixed up here on the Versus here, people. The Versus is not to show that the screen paint we have here is better. The Versus is to show that we can blend his screen. That's what it is. Some of you think that, oh, you're trying to show that you have an older screen paint that's better than the one he has now. No, 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 no. You misunderstood. No, it's to show that we've been making this stuff long before he ever knew what this stuff was. That this product right here was made back in 2012. This is an old ingredients that we had. So it's to show that we can blend his screen and match it from a product that we made years ago. That's old technology. And then we're going to take this same old technology, which is painted downstairs on a screen downstairs, a little sheet, and we're going to put that against the new technology we have to show you exactly why we don't make it anymore. Because that's as far as I can go. We don't make that stuff anymore. This stuff is old. That's as far as I can go. What do I do? It's old. That's old. That stuff is old technology. Let's get something else. That's as far as I can go. It's old technology. Don't make this stuff anymore. Do 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 do. Now, I posted some links at the bottom. That is our gray technology, ultralight gray test that the ultralight grays have to go through. Showing also to the ultralight gray beating crows products, both personal and the Metallica mix, and also beating primer, which we test our screen against primer. All those were done live. You can check those out. And in this one, I'm going to put a little area where I'm going to put in our digital crystal screen paint, which is the product we have here. Also to the beta testers that tested the product. And one of the companies that still, I don't know why, has this webpage, that was the company that we basically had to get out of that contract that we had. It was signed for 10 years. We'll put their Facebook page, which is still active for some reason. I don't know why it was still there. We removed a lot of our videos, but they're still there. Oh, and we'll put the link in there from Screen Innovation so you can read that too. See, anything I talk about, I back it up. Let's see what we got going on over here. Anything we play on here? Let's see. 4K demonstrations. Getting that from YouTube. Let's see. Let's do this one right here. See? See, at that time when we made it, like I said, 2012, everybody was doing demonstrations in the dark. So we came up with this screen paint that could thrive in a fully lit environment, which I'm doing right now in a fully lit environment. But at that particular time, this stuff was considered to be gold. Now, with the technology we have now, oh, this stuff is garbage now. We can't sell this stuff. Doesn't produce proper color, contrast levels don't work out too well. No. You have to upgrade to more advanced technology. That's why we have the darker technology. Because an idea of watching Screen Innovations technology. He's still using old technology, old stuff. Look at Elite Screen selection in the screens. The white screen. The Cinema Gray is the same color almost as his screen. And that's a screen that would cost you $800 and $900. That's a mid-level screen. You want to get better than that? They got a little darker than that. As I said before, they got the gray Cinema 3D and 5D. Then you want to upgrade to the flagship, the big boy screen, the big people, the big guys, the big dogs. You got to have a Dark Star 9. That's a dark gray screen. That's gunmetal. And he's sitting there trying to convince you that these light gray screen paints are basically, no, they're not the future. This is old stuff. This is stuff we made back in the day. I told you we used to make this stuff back in the day. I made the ingredients right in front of you in no time at all. Look. It's old. We don't even make this stuff anymore. And you know the sad thing about it is, he has criticized dark technology so badly that now he can't even invest in that because that would make him the biggest hypocrite on the face of the planet. See? Shot yourself in the foot. While you're dealing with this dinosaur paint. It's extinct. That's why we don't make it no more. Shot yourself in the foot. And we've seen what the UV mix looked like. The white levels on that are freaking horrible. Mind you, we did that against the Signature 17. Put white paper on the Signature 17, took the UV mix, put it against the white screen, went back and forth. Our screen was producing beautiful white levels, where that screen was producing a dark spot in the middle of the screen. I bet you if I stuck the UV on here right now and did a snow demonstration, it'd come up dark. Doesn't produce any white light. Here we go. I'll match your other demonstration.
Merrick uses real whole foods.
Boom. Now, I can advance the product that I have against your screen to take it out with one element that could drop in there that would change the infrastructure of the screen, and it'll blow your screen, clean out the water. We'll do that later on. That's what I've been telling you from day one, to mind your own business. You're in the wrong playing field with us, man. You're in the wrong playing field. I'm telling you to mind your own business. Mind you, I'm doing the whole demonstration in a fully lit environment. We're not even sitting in the dark. As we always do. We don't sit in the dark and do demonstrations. I already know for a fact that the screen print I have here is going to fail because it's old technology. It's not going to produce a res right. Contrast levels are not going to come up correctly. I know that because I made this stuff. It's old. You'll start calling yourself a dinosaur paint because that's what it is. It's old. You've done it already. Everything you're talking about on camera, been there, done it already. So for the only difference between me and you is the fact that my screen paint got contracted. You know why I got a contract on it? Because they noticed that we were using old NEC projectors in our demonstrations. We weren't using 4K projectors or 1080p projectors. Old 720p NEC projectors at 2000 lumens. That's what got us a contract. They were so impressed that we were pulling off an image like that on such old projectors. They figured if he could do that on a 2000 old projector like that, we'll come in there with a 1080p projector and we'll wow everybody. There you go. We didn't even use high-end projectors. Didn't need it. Even with this technology, the screen did all the work. I could teach you a thing or two about making screen paint easily. La-di-da, la-di-da. I know I talk too much, people. I know I do. It just ticks me off when somebody sits there and are constantly got to do demonstrations to try to tear something down. Well, now I can just show you demonstrations where I can match your product and I can show people how it's made. We already know what he's going to do. He's going to say, damn, I'm going to show you how to make this paint. Go ahead. And do all the tests to go along with it. While you're doing the tests to go along with it, make sure your screen's in there too, along those tests. Yeah, knock yourself out. I would love to see that. Maybe we might get that Starfield demonstration we've been asking you to do over and over again. That you keep avoiding at all costs. Digital1crystal screen paint. Digital1crystal screen paint. I wonder. I'm curious. Hold on for a minute. I'm real curious about this. We're on YouTube, right? I wonder if they can find it. Digital1crystal screen paint. I wonder if they can find it. They can track down my old company on here. Oh, this is where we did your Grace paint against. We done so many tests on this product. It's not even funny. No. Okay, I have to track it down the hard way. I didn't put kitchen one crystal. Oh man, Alexa, you kill me. She put kitchen. I gotta look that one up. See, so when she looks up weird stuff, I gotta go track it down. All right, let's go put in digital. D-I-G. I had to write that first time. T. Digital. Boom. And then number 1. And then you got to put in crystal. C. Now remember, that's all going to be one word. Digital1crystal is all one word. Then you got to space it, and then you got to put in screen. Well, that was a long freaking email at one point. Screensaver, funny. Screen. And then you want to space it again. And then you want to put in paint. P. Oops, no. Let's go back on that one. That's a no. Okay. I haven't seen these videos in so long. This is when I was running the tiny little room. It's a long time ago, people. There you go. There's me. These are all my products on the Digital1crystal screen paint. We were designing this product way before Crow even knew what paint was.
this video demonstration, I'm going to show you exactly how you can paint any color wall. Now, darkest color you get for your wall is, yes, black.
Now, this demonstration was done to show you can paint any color wall. This is when Goo Screen was the giant in screen paint. And in Goo Screen, you couldn't paint on any color wall. You had to prime and sand and prime and sand and prime and sand until you got the surface just right. And then you had to put their base coat on it, their primer, and then their application. So what we did, we came up with a screen paint to show that you didn't have to, there's our old labels, that you didn't have to, my old computer I built too. You didn't have to prime the surface. You can just paint over anything you want. Work. Boom! That's me. Way back then. Way back then in my young years. Actually, not my young years. I think I was in my 30s. I'm 53 now. And I did all this in a tiny little room. Me and the Lord. Design and screen paint in a tiny little room. Before you naysayers even knew who I was or knew anything about me, I was around. And all that stuff y'all talk about this, that, and the other, you don't know anything at all, naysayers. I was around before you even knew what screen paint was. Designing it, getting contracts, making a great deal of money. And I was designing that light gray screen product that you rave about. I was making that way before you even had it painted on your walls. Interesting, isn't it? Let's have a look up close. Let's fast forward because this is going to be a long one painting this one in. Let's keep going all the way through, get to the best part of the bit. And there we go. But you thought I did all dark gray screen paints. Oh, no. I started off with the light stuff first. That's how I got started in my company. So everything you see now that he's raving about, we made it already. Paint and dry demonstrations, yeah. Isn't that interesting? I know more about gray technology than you would possibly even think of. I mean, way more than he does. Because I was developing it years ago. Made so many combinations of it. So many versions of it. That's why I can come on here, slap together some paint, and match his screen that fast, that quick. And that's with the lights on, right up on top of the screen. Let's get this out of the way. Yes, sirree. Digital1crystal screen paint, daytime paint. Let me see. This one was 8 years ago. This is 8 years ago. Got another one here 8 years ago on the Digital1crystal screen paint. This is when we started developing 3D technology right here. First ones to have it. For anybody else who's out there talking about 3D technology, we had it on a screen paint already.
And what you're seeing here? That much light.
That screen was literally so bright, it was causing the camera to get the red and blues to come up on the screen.
What you're seeing is crystals. This is what's called, this is why it's called the Digital1crystal screen paint. Because it's designed.
Now we figured out how to make technology where you can't even see the crystals, but they're there, completely invisible. Can't see one. Nothing at all, period. Even when a 4300 lumen projector is pressed on top of the screen. Here's a good one for you. This is a screen paint that we painted a jacket. That's my cousin wearing a jacket, painted with the screen paint. Sitting in front of a screen painted with the same screen to show how we can paint any surface we want. Because at that particular time, you couldn't paint any surface you want. You had to paint only a particular surface. We designed the technology that you could paint it on anything you want. So we painted a jacket, had him stand in front of the screen, and had him blend into the screen. So we were doing this stuff 8 years ago. All this stuff we're doing this years ago. Been there, done it already. This is like gray screen paint. Let me see.
Well, this is the same guy. You call the CAD designer of the Digital1crystal screen paint, and this is the projector screen project.
See the color of that screen?
It's stretch canvas, which
That gray screen, that's 8 years ago. 8 years ago, we developed that stuff.
So take up 6 coats to do it. You have to do 2 coats, let it dry, and do another 2 coats. Or if you want, you can prime.
There was a canvas projection screen that was built.
The ultimate sale package that we're running right now. This is sneak peek, what exactly what you're gonna have in the future.
And then LED lights. Let's see. Drywall demonstration. Been there, done that.
But everybody can design a Digital1crystal screen paint, and a lot of the demonstrations are pretty much showing the lights on, different color applications like that.
So we did a paint on demonstration. Look at the color of the paint. Look familiar? Don't you? We had made that stuff years ago. That's why we don't make it anymore. It's old, it's dinosaur paint. This is painting over drywall. Remember when he made the drywall projection screen? We did this already. He's been copying us from day one. You didn't even know these videos exist, did you? Everybody thinks that when they look at our technology that we just did black screen paint and dark paints from the door. Didn't realize that a good maybe 4 or 5 years maybe of my company was developing light gray screen paints. That's how we got started. Let's move on to the video. We've been there done already. Daytime movie screen right there. Invisible glass. 7 years ago, we developed the technology to turn glass into rear and front technology. 7 years ago. When Crow comes up there and thinks he makes his own visible glass, we did this 7 years ago. You've been following us since day one. Always jealous of what we do. I made your technology years ago. There's a glass right there. That's 7 years ago. Now, you know why? Crow has never came across any of these videos, why he never basically, we didn't even know Crow. Crow didn't even exist when we were making this stuff. We didn't have a problem. And none of these videos, I would never mention his name because I didn't even know Crow even existed. And the products that we were making, Crow got contacted us from right around when I moved into the first house, made the D5K. He was asking us questions about how it was made. Curious on how our products were made.
Alright, so we're looking at here is a paint called Digital1crystal screen food paint. Now, what we're talking about today is not the paint, we're talking about the screens that actually...
So how old these videos are?
We're just showing here just a small demonstration right here with the room, the daytime. Here are the screens right here. They were designed also. We also did the paint, we did the screens too. There are a couple of screens that we designed for a few customers.
This is when we were painting our own screens and shipping them out to customers.
None of that stuff, they don't peel or anything. This is before we put the black border on them. The screens are extremely lightweight, no weight to them. And they're extremely affordable. And these screens are designed...
Pre-coded screens. Let's see, when did we do that one? We did that one, that was 9 years ago. So there we are, it's time stamped 9 years ago. What do we got? We got the 3D paint. There's 8 years ago. I wonder if I can find my original demonstration I have on here. Here's another demonstration right here, 8 years ago. Me painting another screen in. 8 years ago. I'll post a few of these so you can see him. And not once did we ever mention his name because we didn't know who he was. We were making this product before he even started making screen paint. And keep in mind, if we've been making this stuff around 2012, around that era, and then we have this new stuff we have now, and you're still working with this old stuff, that tells you right there his product is outdated. That's why he can't match any of the stuff that we do over here because his product is outdated. So in this demonstration, we show you how you can paint over any surface. Took a screen, smeared it with mustard, ketchup, food, stained the wall. Wiped it down, cleaned it, painted over top of it. Because like I said, at that time, the big dog was Goose Screen. And then Goose Screen's requirements were that you had to sand the wall down until it was perfectly flat. And then you had to go in and put their base primer on it and some other coating on it. It was a long process to do it. Where we just came in, wiped the wall down, paint over, boom, 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 was done. That's what put us on the map. This is where we bumped into Mississippi Man from ABS Forms. Oh yeah, we got banned from ABS Forms because we beat his product. That's why he got mad. That's why he banned us. Because in Mississippi Man, the products that what he was designing, his screen paint, he had it actually listed on ABS Forms where you can make it. He could never get a patent for it or anything for it because there were areas in his ingredients that were extremely toxic, and therefore it wouldn't be able to pass the standards of getting a patent. Keep in mind, they're going to ask for your ingredients and everything that's in it, and they're going to look at it and they're going to see what in there is hazardous and might not be well for the consumer. And if they feel it's not good for the consumer, you don't get the patent, it doesn't pass. So that's what happened. He couldn't get the patent for it. So what he did was he basically put it up for free. And in that ingredients, there are several areas in red letters that would tell you that you have to wear a mask. A mask, basically, there's certain chemicals that you can't mix a certain way because they don't marry well. So it's a very detailed. And one of the things he requires is that a lot of sanding to the wall. Everybody was following behind goose screen. You had to sand down the wall. You had to put a perfect application on the roller. You had to do the up and down robot formation nonsense. Yeah, that's where it came from. So we had a conversation with Mississippi Man. We did a demonstration. We painted the screen under 30 minutes, and we stained the wall before we did it. And they got mad and they banned us from ABS Forms for it. And then when we basically got, now mind you, they're big fans of Screen Innovation. When we basically were posting our demonstrations going against Screen Innovation, side-by-side demonstrations, we were actually outperforming that screen. And then now all of a sudden ABS Forms wants to contact us to see if we want to come on their page and share our point of view. No, forget y'all. You can go bite me. There's the screen paint being applied to the wall. Look at the color of it. It's not black. It's a very light gray screen paint. Yeah, we've been developing this stuff for years and years and years and years. This is how we know how to work with what. Now you can see the wall's well lit. See how lit in the room? It's not dark or anything. And we're not using their $4,000 projector. We're using 720p NEC 2000 lumen projector SVGA. That's what we're using in the demonstrations. And the screen's still soaking wet. There's another screen we did right there for a window demonstration 7 years back when we developed invisible technology. Here we go right here. Look, Digital1crystal screen paint 2.0 gain right there. Look at the color of the screen. It's gray.
Hello, my name is Kenneth. I'm the designer of Digital1crystal screen paint. And what you're looking at here is a new HD paint by Digital1. Now, this particular paint is extremely bright. Now, there's no price for it yet. It's starting on March date. Now, to tell you the truth, I know you see a lot of paints out there, $300-400 a gallon, you know. And the bottom line is there's so many applications just to get a good picture, a good black.
Ton of applications you have to go through. This was painted on a shipping box. We're the ones who started painting on shipping boxes, cardboard shipping boxes, before Crow started doing it. Drywall, before Crow started doing it. Glass rear projection technology, before Crow started doing it. Been doing that already. Look at this right here. This is one, how old this is? This is when YouTube used to allow you to do slideshows from your pictures. They don't allow you to do that anymore. That's the sky blue technology we developed years ago. Those are our kits. See, I told you, anything I talk about, I can back it up. Let's go back there for a minute. Let's go back there for a minute. Let's go back for a minute. Let's go look at the names of the products that we had out. Digital1crystal screen paint clear 2.6. Digital1crystal screen paint steel 2.8. Digital1crystal paint black. We had that technology that far back. Black technology had it that far back. And we had beta testers 707 and Superman that did the beta test for that for those sort of screen paints. Yes, sirree. Back it up. And that was all done on a BenQ MS500, an SVGA projector at 720p at 600 by 800 res. I think that's the hardest I ever worked. I was doing 50, 60 containers in that small little room. And I was getting up early in the morning and I was walking to the post office. The post office is 4 blocks from my house. So I did this 7 days a week to get my company on the map in that little tiny room. I spent 5 years in that room. I slept in paint. I ate paint. That's how it was. I had a little refrigerator on the side and I slept on the floor. For 4 years, about 4 to 5 years, I slept on the floor. That's what my room was. And that's where I worked at. That's why I sacrificed, and that's why I worked to build my company so I can live like this. He doesn't understand sacrifice and hard work. All he understands is how to take and tear things down. That's all he understands. But you want my attention? You got my attention, all right. Like I said, I'm coming for you. Lawyers and all. You got my attention now. Not gonna play with you. I worked hard to build my company. Very, very, very hard to build my company. Took me years to master and design this technology. And now we're way beyond what we have here. My history started when you didn't even exist. You have no idea how badly I wanted to break out of that room, because that means with a bigger space, I could basically design better things. Now I got a space, God bless me, where I've got a big house. I can put a massive 250-inch screen in my backyard. I can wallpaper my house in projection screens from left to right. I can test about anything I want. Got plenty of playroom. Now we're showing off what other people's screens look like outside. What people use, what they subject themselves to. That's why he's still dealing with dinosaur paint. We've advanced beyond that stuff. I said I should be driving now. Those are our customers right there, using our screen paint products. No, way beyond that now. Oh, this fellow right here, he's the first customer that invested in our company when we first started off. We painted like 150-inch in his basement, his customized basement. He's our first customer. We had him posted on our digital page for as a thank you. Yeah, been there and done there. I've been and done your product already. Look at that. That's how far that goes back. That's 7 years ago. 7 years ago. I remember this day. I got as sick as a dog. I got sick this day. I think I caught ammonia. And I was still doing videos while I had ammonia. I was in bed. I was messed up. So I decided I'm going to watch some movies. And I decided to record this. I gotta find this movie. This movie was freaking hilarious. I had a friend of mine, man. He was Dominican, man. He drove a car, something like that, man. And he would drive and he'd be in his car jamming just like that. He was a funny dude, man. I wonder what happened to him. You know, my friends, man, they're Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, man. I used to go to the races and everything with them. That's him. That's definitely him in a nutshell. Oh my God, he was a funny dude. When he turned that music on, he was a different person in that car. I had me crying. Funny dude, man. Yes, man. This brings back a lot of memories, man. A lot of memories. Whew, man. A lot of hard work. 8 years ago. 8 years ago. As you can see right here. Yeah, that's a problem. Things, bottom line, he didn't even know me then. He didn't even know I even exist. I don't think he even knows this stuff exists. Yeah, we was making your product years ago. That's me right there. That's where I started from. That's the place where I started from, right there. That's when I donated money for, they had the ice bucket challenge, and I donated money for the ice bucket challenge. More customers, more customers. Yeah. Doing this for years, man. This product, we've been making this product for years. 4K demonstrations. That's how we know how it's made. Because we made it already. We call it dinosaur paint. It's old technology. Now, just to show you we didn't do anything different, we painted another piece on here, right here, to test against our screens to show you why we don't make it anymore. We'll put that right up against here like so. So you can see that. See? And you can stick to what you will call them. Stick for a minute. There we go. So you can show it's all the same. There we go. I know it's going to come down. Color red. Blue screen. That's why we don't make it anymore. It's old technology. It can't pull up anything next to any of the darker screens you're making here. It's not going to match it. It's not going to stand a chance. Look at that. It's a 4000 lumen crystal projector I'm using in the demonstration. And look at that. Where's the color at? Nothing there. That's why we don't make it anymore. Oops, that one just came off. So we need that to run again. Oh, we might have to reset her. She may be temperamental. Usually when she goes through this, it means we have to reset her. Yep, you have to reset her. Put it back in. Oh, somebody's cutting something bad. I can smell it. Let's make this a little bit more easier. Control is very choppy. Shouldn't have that kind of problem. The color, blue. See? That's why we don't make it anymore. Because it can't pick up the color correctly. That's what I saw when I put that screen innovation technology against my screen. See, reacts the same way as crow's paint. Same way. This is why you have to advance and make better technology. Everything he has over there right now that he's selling is dinosaur paint. It's old. We've been there. We've done it already. I made this product online. Show you how to make it. Easy. Put it against this product, match with no problem. Put it against our new technology, it's trash. OLED, beta fish. That's why you can have it for free. Go ahead. We don't need it. We don't want it. It's old. That's why we don't make it anymore. It's a wonderful thing to have, and we had it at the time, but, you know, the dark screen is where the technology's at. Not this light gray screen paint. That's old stuff. Eight, 7 years ago, we're making this stuff. Excuse me. Just to show you, this is how close my 4300 lumen 1920 projector sitting up on the screen. Screen still can't perform next to our black signature technology. So look at it this way. You got these new high-tech projectors, but your screen is old and outdated. About 8 years old. About 8 years old. That's how old your screen is. How does that feel? How does that feel? About 8 years old. That's how old your screen is. 4K demonstrations. The only thing this stuff will do is pour a higher white level, and that's it. But it can't see contrast. Oh man, it's a shame. I'm not laughing at you, but come on. Should have seen that one coming. He doesn't do any tests. Should have saw that coming. You have old, your screen is old. First developed this stuff 8 years ago. That's how old your screen is. Even the ultralight gray that we developed, we had to enhance the technology on that. Because that beat his screen with no problem. Now, as my customers, I'm not talking to you this way. This is the naysayers I talk to this way. My customers are smart. They go and they buy our products. They know what they want. They watch the demonstrations. They ignore the naysayers. It's the naysayers that come on here that want to run their mouths talking about how this, that, and the other. And you don't know anything. You don't know nothing at all, period. I've been around. I've developed this stuff. I told you I wasn't joking when I said I made this stuff 8 years ago. I wasn't playing with you. Made the product right there live. Matched it against this product. Took the same product, put it against our own paint, and watch your. I told you my stuff is going to crush it. Told you. Starfield demonstration. Starfield screensaver.
What I love about my mom is that she is a very patient, kind woman. She made
And like I said, it's going to produce a higher white level. It's light gray screen. But is it going to make our screen look so dark you can't see it? Nah. There you go. You're not picking up contrast. You're not picking up color. The only thing you can pick up is a white level. All right. I'm done with this. Let me get this off my screen. Stick this outside so we can air out. I like the smell of it. We're done. No, like I said, my customers know, but when I speak like that, this is not toward my customers. It's not toward people who are just learning about screens. It's not about y'all. This is about the naysayers that like to come in here and run their mouths and they think they know everything. You don't know anything at all. You go by everything that what this person says, and you believe in him like he's supposed to be a new version of the Holy Bible. That's how you believe in him. And he's spitting out all kinds of mumbo jumbo dumb nonsense towards you, and you just believe in it. And then you go buy his products and then find out that I come over here and I show you what you got. Not only that, like I said, we made this stuff 8 years ago. All his products he have over here, we made them. I can match all his products, no problem. And I can do the ingredients online just like I did a few minutes ago. No problem. And then take the same paint, match his, run it through the grinder, everything, not particular colors and stuff to make the screen match up, doing a full lit environment. And then take that same old outdated technology and stick it against this screen over here, which is the new stuff, and crush it. As I said I was going to do. All right, that being said, I got business to take care of. Thank you all for your time. Well, look at this as a warning. Next time you watch somebody do a demonstration, require tests from them. So that way you know if you're getting primer or you're getting the real deal. Oh, there you go. All right, gotta go.